Hey Marty, hey man, my name's Jamie Lambert, and and in this video, I'm going to show you three things that you can start doing today that will help you start renting more dumpsters. My business name is .com Digital Real Estate. That name for a reason. Your online presence is a valuable piece of digital real estate, and it is a very vital property that can take your business to where you dream of. And why the heck do I do this? Honestly, man, because I'm an idiot giving this away for nothing. But I know most dumpster companies are too busy running day to day to worry about how Google searches can increase dumpster rentals. Sometimes the only hesitation on hiring somebody is they don't know who the expert is and who is. I found that by giving dumpster rental a free and easy attack plan of action can do today to start increasing their dumpster rentals have resulted in some of those companies seeing the value that I bring to the table and want more info or even a customized SEO strategy from them. So at the end of this video, you can see the value that I can bring to the table and increase your dumpster rentals. I'll have a link in the email to schedule a call for a more detailed look in your business. Or you can simply take action yourself with this free attack plan, and that works for me too. So I'm going to go over, is content. Most business owners know that they need content, but they don't know that the average link, the number one result for Google, is between 1,500 and 2,400 words. So for you to show up at the top of Google, you need at least 1,500 words on your homepage with the right site with the right keyword. Right now, your site has 2,390 words. So let's check out your competition. Which is on Dumpster Rental Columbus, affordable hauling or affordable dumpsters. I'm sorry. Has 1,449 words. So that obviously you have more words there, but I'll show you a few things here real quick. Is in Ahrefs, which is a paid tool we pay a couple $100 a month for. But as you can see, you've got 532 buyer intent keywords that Google is recognizing, what you do, where you do it. If we look at portable dumpsters, they have 505 keywords. And obviously in the search, you're showing up right behind them. There is just a couple things that you can do to be able to find out exactly what they're ranking for. So if we dive into affordable dumpsters, you can see that their keywords, they're bringing 630 hits a month, and on Dumpster Rental Columbus, Ohio. And then they're also, this affordable dumpster, which obviously with their name, they're bringing in, about half their business based off of, what their name brings in. And then you can also see that, all these Columbus, they're ranking one or two. And then, we go back to yours, which this is the tight race between you and them. But we go back to yours, and you can see that the big search, you're right behind them in second, but you can see the 276 traffic, compared to the 630 traffic. So there's a 400 traffic a month difference just in that two spot and the one spot, on that big search. And it's close, but so the first thing that we need to do is beat your competition online. Is to basically make sure that that Google is recognizing us as more authoritative, in that big search, be able to just jump that one spot. You just jump that one spot, and it gets you to 400 more hits a month just in that one search. Not to mention, all these other Columbus searches that if we make that one spot jump over them, that now we're bringing in a lot more traffic. So it's not, it's not, or it's definitely 100% beatable, to get this done. So now check out, if we Google that search for rental Columbus, you can kind of see that normally there's ads that show up here, and they can work, but they can also be a money pit if your foundation, basically your website's not converting or it's not dialed in. So be careful not to burn your money up with Google Ads until you know for sure your site will convert. So then the next thing you see here, I want to show you today, and that's citations. Well, you're probably asking yourself, what the heck's a citation and why do they matter? And that's a great question. You see in this map pack here, you see name, address, and phone number, and well, that's also known as the NAT. And this is how Google verifies and gives relevance to local businesses. You might be asking, okay, Jamie, how do I show up in the maps? And I told you I read minds. So let me explain the number one thing you can do today to push your business up in the map pack. Right now, you're not ranking in the top three. You are, sitting here at fourth, which is right outside the top three, which now you just jumped in the top three. So you're floating in and out of that. But it's basically, it's very, very easy to do. What you do, Napa is on places like Yellow Pages, BBB, Facebook, Yelp, and a couple hundred other directories. And when you get more than your competitor, you gain more trust than them from Google, pushing you above them in the map. And now you might be asking yourself, great, how do I do that? Well, it's really simple. We use sites, kind of like Ahrefs, but for citations. I will tell us exactly what directories your competition is listed on. And then we literally go right down their list and match what directories they're on. But we don't, we just want to match them. We want to dominate them online. So if the competitor has 150 citations, we want to go get that and then add another 50 or 100 more. So it takes them a long time to catch up. So the third thing I want to talk about, is basically link juice and backlinks. And this is the third pillar, that will really help you dominate Google. So you scroll down here, and this is the organic, the organic results. When we search dumpster rental Columbus, scroll past the map pack, and you're sitting here number 2, like we talked about. And that's not where you want to be. You want to be number 1 because, like I showed you, that's another 500-600 hits a month just by making that one spot. And it all comes down to backlink. And a backlink is when one website links to another website online. So think like this: site A links to site B, and then site A is giving site B some of its quote unquote link juice. Kind of like a vote of confidence. And in Google's eyes, this is patching authority. And the more relevant the site, the more valuable the link. So let me give you an example. If you're a local blog or industry linking back to you, then great. But if you're niche, but if you're in the dumpster rental business and you got a backlink from Pizza Hut, not so great. Because you don't sell pizza. So here, basically we'll go back to this again, and here's your site, and you're showing 494 backlinks. Not bad. And then we look at affordable dumpsters. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong button on this one. They've got 354 backlinks. And they've got them from strong and relevant sources. So, basically, not all backlinks are equal. So I'm going to assume that they have, just a little bit more power in their backlinks, and that's what's giving them, this authority over you just by a hair. So again, how do we get these? Well, with Ahrefs, we can go straight in, and we can see every single backlink that your competition has. We go get the same links for your business. Getting you to the top is not magic. It's just a method. And I've showed you that method today. So again, the reason for this video is that I wanted to show you what's out there for you to move more dumpsters. not just tell you and take my word for it like other marketing companies do. And I want to take your online property and dominate your area. That's what I like doing. So if you found this video valuable for your business and would like to talk more about moving that one spot to number one in Google and getting, into one or two on that, Google Map Pack, put a link in the email to schedule a deeper dive into your dumpster rental business. I want to get to know what you want with your business so we can figure out a custom strategy, to get all that done. No obligation. We'll see if we fit together and just more value. I appreciate you watching this video and look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.